Welcome to our first broadcast of A.C.E. We are reporting from the Jefferson Academy of the Arts in Elizabeth, New Jersey.
We are the members of the Academy of Continuing Education sponsored by Community Access Unlimited, located at 80 West Grand Street in Elizabeth, New Jersey.
I'm John Drescher, your anchor for the news broadcast.
And I'm Megan Madera, your co-anchor for our ACE News TV program.
Our goal each broadcast is to keep you informed concerning positive community news, help you learn more about our ACE program, and keep you up to date on community access events.
And most importantly, to introduce you to some special people who have compelling stories to tell.
Here now the news. We start with an interview with Elizabeth's best-known citizen. He's a man who's dedicated to his community with a positive vision for the future. Mayor Chris Bowidge. Mr. Mayor, how long have you held the office of mayor, and how many years have you been in the world of politics?
Well, politics for me started in around 1979 when I ran for a local Democratic committee seat. Then in 1980, I was working on Ray Lesniak's campaign for mayor. In 1982, I sought the office of city council in the 5th Ward. Was successful, and I stayed there 10 years. And then in 1992, I ran for the office of mayor, and I've been re-elected ever since, so I'm in my 23rd year, halfway through my 6th term as the mayor.
Wow. What do you like about the world of politics, and what made you choose to enter as a candidate?
Well, being a candidate is a lot of fun. You get to campaign, knock on doors, and meet people. The reason I got involved in running for mayor is I thought I could take the city in a different direction. The voters agreed with that in 1992, and we've been trying to build on that success every year. And it's all about meeting people, trying to do the right thing for the city, and if you have a vision, you want to implement that vision and get it carried out.
Did you have another occupation before considering the public service?
Well, when I got out of high school and I was going to college, I was tending bar. So I was a bartender not only here in the city of Elizabeth, but I also tended bar in Union City. I tended bar at the Westwood in Garwood, down the Jersey Shore. I also worked in the steamship business. I worked in the World Trade Center in the 1980s. I worked for a company called Transatlantica, and before that, Kerr Steamship. And before I became the mayor, I finished my private career at a company called A&J Trading in Linden, where I sold corrugated boxes for a firm, and I also sold big baling equipment. When the landfills closed, the company used that baling equipment in order to bundle together trash and newspaper and corrugate it in order to sell it in the recycling market.
What do you consider your greatest accomplishment during your time as mayor?
But one of the things that we're real proud of in the city is the building of the Jersey Gardens Mall. We took a 166-acre landfill that was doing nothing for the city of Elizabeth in taxes. We created a 2 million square foot mall. We have 5 hotels out there. We're meeting with the new owner of the Jersey Gardens next week to talk about how we can do expanded development. Another thing is we took an old plastics factory on Elmore Avenue, much smaller development, but we made it a 2 Little League fields, named him after a state trooper named Thomas Hanratty, who lost his life in the line of duty in 1993. And because of that, those 2 things are probably topping the charts. But we also had a lot of successes in housing, where we took down some dilapidated housing in Pioneer Homes in McGlory Manor, or for the 600 families who lived there, they had first choice in the new buildings and the new units that were built. And it worked out remarkably well. So in the areas of housing and economic development, as well as creating recreational opportunities for our young people, are the things that this administration is most proud of.
What are your biggest challenges of the job?
Well, economic development and opportunities in employment is extremely difficult. A lot of people out there still are hurting, and they need jobs. In order to match up people here in the city of Elizabeth with job opportunities becomes a real challenge. Fighting back on crime and drugs sales is also a challenge. Providing opportunities for young people. We do after-school programs. We only get about 400 to 600 kids in our after-school program. There's a lot of young people who need something to do after school, and that's always a big challenge for any mayor in any city.
What do you feel most proud of achieving during your time in the office?
Well, one of the things I mentioned earlier was the Jersey Gardens Mall. and the recreation sites. One of the things that we're doing now that's currently, that I hope to answer that question in the future, is creating this bicycle trail along the Elizabeth River. We want to create a bicycle walking path that starts in Broad Street behind the library and then goes through the existing area we did along the high school and then all the way down to the waterfront. And then if we get the Midtown redevelopment project going, that's something we're going to be really proud of. We're currently working with Kane University in order to develop University Boulevard along Morris Avenue. And that'll connect Kane University with Union County College, and New Jersey Transit has promised a new $55 million train station, and that's going to go a great way in connecting not only the university, but with the junior college and stimulate some job growth and some nightlife along Morris Avenue, calling it University Boulevard.
We all know how it is important good education is. What is your vision for making Elizabeth Public Schools an outstanding one in the state?
You know, we got a lot of young people here in the city of Elizabeth who are getting a good education in our system. And I think what's important is the 20,000 plus students in Elizabeth have the opportunities to succeed. We have a difficult Board of Education to deal with that really puts the kids in second place sometimes, but these kids are talented. I've gone to watch some of their activities, and I think that if you get a good education and you have a solid foundation, you can then apply to a great college or any college and then make something for yourself in the world.
We are right across the street from the Jefferson Academy of the Arts. Do you ever get to see their production, and how do you feel knowing that they have been cited for excellence?
You know, their theater programs, and they've been at the Paper Mill Playhouse, the Rising Star program. I've had the ability and the opportunity to go see some of their plays at Jefferson House. I really enjoy their work. I usually sit in the front row off to the side. Miss Sandra Toll will invite me, or Mr. Ojeda, the principal, will invite me. Two great people who work with young people who have an opportunity for theater. And there's not only theater in front of the camera, there's also theater behind the camera. There's people who work on the costumes, there's people who do choreography. So theater and the arts are extremely important. And what they do at the Jefferson House under the direction of Mr. Ojeda and Ms. Toll are simply marvelous.
You ever get a chance to see our sports teams play? Are you out there rooting on the Minutemen?
A couple of years ago, I was at the state championship at Kane University when the football team played, and the quarterback is now playing for Temple University. I've gone to the basketball games. They haven't had that great of basketball teams in recent years, but they've competed for county championships in the past. I've worked with the high school and going to some of the other sports facilities and the sports games. I've seen the baseball team play on a couple of occasions. Clearly, we have some great opportunities for athletic talent coming out of the city of Elizabeth. In the past, we had guys like Don Newcomb, who pitched for the Dodgers, John Shoemate, who played for the Elizabeth Minutemen, who went on a new coach of the Jets that just was named this year is an Elizabeth graduate, Todd Bowles. So there's a lot of people in the city of Elizabeth who are looking to success from Todd and the Jets. He had a good career at Elizabeth High School. Hopefully he's going to do well with the New York Jets.
Wow. When you are on the job, what do you enjoy when you have some downtime, and any hobbies or special interests?
Well, my only special interest right now is my daughter. She's 14 years old. She's a freshman. She plays volleyball and softball. So I go to all the games that she plays and make sure I root for her, win or lose, or no matter whether she plays or not plays, that she's doing her best. So that's my number one hobby. Number two would be getting in a good round of golf with some friends and enjoying that. So and watching sporting events on TV, whether it be baseball or football or golf, sharing some time over a basketball game or a hockey game, but I enjoy sporting events. That would be another enjoyable evening.
Mayor, over the years, you have been a friend and supporter to CAU members. As you know, CAU offers help to both adults with disabilities and risk at youth. What do you feel is important for people in our town to understand about programs of CAU offers to its members?
Well, as many of you know, and maybe you don't know this, John, but CAU started as the Association for the Advancement of the Mentally Handicapped. It was AAMH. Sid Blanchard started in the back of a Volkswagen. He didn't have any clients. He worked on 1 and 2, and now he's built it into this great organization where not only does he integrate the members of CAU into affordable and moderate housing in our city and throughout our county, but he works on educational programs, like the one we have here when it comes to a continuing education in theater or film or the arts. But he also works in job training. He works in other areas. And it's because of the dedicated members of CAU, not only the clients, but as well as the support staff, that makes CAU a great organization for working with those in the city of Elizabeth.
Mayor, it has been an honor speaking with you today. As a former resident of Elizabeth, I can say it is great to see our town a vibrant and busy place. I remember. We thank you for giving us your time from your busy schedule and hope that you will stop by again, keep us up to date. We also thank you for your strong support to those of our community who face both physical and developmental challenges in their everyday lives. Mayor Bowridge, thank you so much for being our first guest on A.C.E TV.
John, I thank you for having me. It's been a great interview. I wish you success in your future endeavors.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm here today with Mr. Sid Blanchard, the founder and the executive director of Community Access Unlimited. Because the SID, many members receive support services for recreation, residential, vocational, and educational needs that they might not otherwise have without CAU. He has done so much for so many people. It has been a great pleasure to welcome Mr. Blanchard to our program.
No.
Well, hello, Sid. It is such a pleasure to have you as one of our first guests. Welcome to A.C.E TV. May I ask you a few questions?
Absolutely.
So that we can learn more about you and the agency you have created. Well, how long ago did you start Community Access, and what was one of the main reasons you did?
Actually, we're coming up to, I guess, our 36th anniversary. May 7th, 1979. That's when we started.
Oh my goodness. So, how many members and staff are part of CAU?
Well, back in 1979, it was just 3 staff and no members. And now it's over 1,200 staff, full and part-time. And we have over 6,000 members, and we are growing about 150 people a month.
So, what challenges do you face in getting supports for people with disabilities?
Well, there's a lot of challenges. There's government funding, that changes the way government funds. There's a lot of need out there, and being able to provide all the needs that are desperately needed today with resources that we have today and more that we need tomorrow makes it very difficult.
Now, what are these government funds? And
Sure. There are federal dollars, but those are being cut. And there are state dollars, and those are being cut and changed in a whole different way. It's becoming managed care and looking at providing individual things and not helping people to become independent taxpaying citizens in the community as a whole person.
wow. Do you have any plans for making more housing available for future CAU members?
I do. As a matter of fact, in Fanwood, we have a 10-unit apartment building as well as some commercial space down on the first floor, well on its way. As a matter of fact, I think by the end of June, July 1st, we'll not only be open, but there'll be people living there. So it's kind of exciting.
Wow. Well, we hope to see it.
Absolutely. Perhaps we can take a tour sometime in the
Yeah.
future.
So, are there any new programs at CAU for people who want to attend a program or work at a job?
Absolutely. Our Assistant Executive Director, Frida, is working hard to expand our employment program. And we just bought a building in Cranford, a huge building, 21,000 square feet, that we're going to be expanding not only day programming, but also community programming. Some of the programs that we started that will wind up expanding will be the Academy for Continuing Education, the A.C.E Academy, and that's pretty exciting.
That's real cool. So what is one thing you are most proud of at CAU?
Oh, well, the most proud thing that I can say is the members we support, because from the first day that we opened up community access back in 1979, just about every day I learn a new thing that's important to me from the people we support. And along with that is also the staff. To deal with people from
And you
just
learn new things.
absolutely, and staff are very inspiring on what they do every day to help and working together as we all are members of community access.
Yeah. So when you are not working, what do you like to do as a hobby?
Well, when I'm not doing what my wife tells me to do from the honeydew list, which is ever growing, I like ballroom dancing.
Ooh, that's something interesting. Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
Wow. So I bet you like Dancing with the Stars up there.
I'm not in that category, but I can do a pretty good cha-cha and rumba and swing.
So we all know that CAU is very active throughout the year. If you had to pick one event, which event would be your favorite?
Oh, there's a lot of favorite events. I would have to say the dinner dance is my favorite because that's when the whole community gets together. The whole community access community gets together, and
So would it be awards night or gala?
well, both are equal. I would say the gala only because even more people are there, and it's really exciting to look out and see how much community access has grown, how much the members we support have grown in many different ways, and how all the community support and the folks that they represent have grown, and it's becoming more and more a larger and larger caring community coming together, and that's pretty exciting. It's really inspirational every year.
So could you tell us a little bit about the new building going up next to President's Office at 80 West Grand Street?
I know everybody's been asking about that. It's under construction. It's going to be 58,000 square feet.
Wow.
That's a lot bigger than this building we're in right now, which is 44,000 square feet. The state's going to rent all of 80 West Grand Street, this building. So we have to go somewhere. So we're building a new home next door.
Yeah.
And it's going to be very modern. It's going to be 5 floors. It's going to have a huge cafeteria, lots of meeting rooms. It's going to have a stage.
And a theater, right?
Absolutely. It's going to have a stage and seating for about 450 people.
Oh my God.
And it's going to be very modern, and it's really exciting.
Yeah. So, again, another question for you. What do you like about being best about Executive Director of CAU Community Access Unlimited?
Well, I get to do great things like being interviewed by you. So those are fun things.
Yeah.
There's a lot of other not so fun things, but this is definitely a fun thing.
Yes, yes. But there's like there's different things. There's bad things, and then there's good things. So.
Yeah, the good things are about 90% of the time are the good things.
Yeah.
Which is pretty good.
Yeah. So. Well, Mr. Blanchard, it has been a true pleasure to introduce you to our audience today. I hope you know that you are a hero to all the members, and we look forward to seeing the new building go up and all the CAU will be able to do in future to improve the lives of all its members. Thank you, Sid, for spending the time with us today and the first time on the broadcast of A.C.E TV.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. The next story centers around Community Access' newest program, the Academy of Continuing Education, or as we like to call it, A.C.E for short. The A.C.E program opens to the public in early September after a 9-month pilot program. Classes are held at our new facility at 45 Cherry Street. We are now in the 4th semester of our spring classes with 10 courses specially chosen to meet the needs of those with cognitive challenges that cover a vast array of subjects.
Director Marguerite Madero explained that the program is designed to offer choices to those who want to continue their educational pursuits or just revisit academic areas that need more reinforcement. The courses include reading comprehension, writing development, lifetime math, time traveler history, explore your career options, and one of our most popular jewelry and design merchandising.
And also offered a musical expression, self-understanding peer leadership, introduction, improvisation, theater, visual arts and arts and crafts, and most importantly, media and broadcasting skills.
Anyone interested in signing up for the 4th semester, which will Monday, April 6th, please call Director Marguerite Madero at 908-354-3040 at extension 275. For further information to apply, or go to Community Access Unlimited website for more information.
Tuition is affordable and classes can be taken in any combination from 1 to 10 with any number in between.
We all know how it is important to be a lifelong learner, so consider attending the Academy to brush up on your skills and learn more new ones. When we learn, we grow. Remember, education's for everyone. Check us out and learn more about the ACE Advantage. We hope that you enjoy our first ACE TV broadcast. We're looking forward to bringing you more news and entertainment stories about Elizabeth and Community Access Unlimited in the future.
We want to keep you informed and aware of many positive, inspiring, and exciting events taking place in our community and the surrounding area.
It's been a pleasure talking with you and to our 2 special guests, Mayor Chris Bowridge and CAU Executive Director Sid Blanchard.
It's been a true pleasure to connect with all of you in the community because the more we understand each other, the better we get along.
This is John Drescher, your news anchor.
And Megan Madera, your co-anchor, saying,
Thank you for tuning in,
have a great day.
and we'll see you next time on
ACE TV!